Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this next episode of the Verbal Rule Breaker podcast. My name is Celina Rose, and I am your host. So today, I want to talk to you about something very basic and something that many people, I feel, deem as trivial. I know I did. For the longest time, I did. I didn't think this was important. I didn't think this was, I just thought that this was a given. That, of course, we knew how to breathe. Of course, we knew. We do it every single second. So, of course, we know. But the thing about our breathing is it is affected all throughout our lives with anything that's going on, anything that's happening, anything that's causing stress or anxiety or these fight, flight, freeze, fawn responses. Our breath is affected by it if we leave it unchecked. But the beauty about this is that we can turn it around as well, and then our breath can affect these types of situations, right? So what I mean by this is, if we look at our breath pure, like biologically, it is, of course, to add in oxygen. But the thing in our lungs is it actually never fully empties. They don't empty, okay? We always have air in our lungs, even on a deep exhale. We always leave some air. And that's just how biology works. But the thing about this air is that we have to actively actually choose to let it out, to change it out with fresh air. Because this air that's just staying there, it dies out, for lack of better words. The quality of that air goes down quite a lot if it just stays there, because we take some of the oxygen molecules from it and use it. So what you want to do with this, if you want to change out the stagnant air that's just staying in your lungs, you want to take in a deep breath, and then when you feel you can't take in anymore, you take in another one. And this actually pushes the last bit of air in your lungs that doesn't have very enough oxygen molecules to actually be proactive in the body, and shift that around so that all of a sudden your lungs are filled with oxygen air that actually works. And whenever I do this, it's not something, don't do it every breath. Just once in a while when you're like, oh, I feel a bit, it's just meh, just and then it changes. Like I can't explain for me what it is that it changes, but it's like it's just this fresh boost of energy. It's just this fresh boost of newness, of power, of fuel. It just feels like this reboot. And that's simply just by changing out the stagnant air in your lungs. Now, another thing that I have learned about the breath, and this is actually something that came to my attention many years ago, is that we have what's called this, like where the solar plexus is, we have what's called the band of fear. And if we have experienced a lot of fear in our lives, if we have been deadbeat terrified at some point, that band tightens. And our breath will be stuck in our lungs. And that's actually not how it's supposed to be, because we are supposed to breathe with our stomachs. When we breathe, our stomach is supposed to move with the breath. Not our chests, not only our chests. If we breathe only with our chest, I actually don't have a very good shit on to demonstrate this, but we'll see if it goes. If we're breathing only with our chest, let's see if I can. You see how this goes just up and down? And I can feel in my lungs how actually like the bottom half are not activated. The bottom half of my lungs aren't really working when I am just breathing up in my chest. And I got a cough because I'm actually like, feel like I'm lacking some oxygen here while doing this. Whee. Now, there are situations where this is valid, where we need to just breathe up in our chest, when we need the abdominal muscles to be tense and activated, when we need to get the fuck out of a situation. That's when we need it. Or when we're working out at the gym or running, stuff like that. That's when we need it, when we are working, when we are, doing stuff with our bodies. That's when we need it. So if we're only breathing in our chests all the time, even when we're not doing anything, you're actually telling your body, we gotta work, we gotta work, we gotta do something, we gotta work, we gotta work, we gotta work, we gotta do something. So you won't be able to relax. You won't be able to relax while you are breathing only in your chest. Because breathing only in your chest tells your body, so if you're laying down, I want you to, the next time you're laying down, put some hands on your stomach. And when you're breathing, I want you to push those hands up with your stomach. Your breath in your stomach is supposed to be visible enough so your hands are moving up and down. Now, when I was introduced to this the first time, many years ago, first of all, my band of fear was completely activated. I was still in complete fight, flight, freeze mode. But another thing, I was deeply terrified of looking fat. So I constantly activated my abdominal muscles, pulled my stomach in. And when you do that, you can't breathe in your stomach. Like I'm doing it right now. You can't breathe in your stomach. And it's like, there's not enough room for anything to move. But if you let it go, there's room. Your breath is supposed to actively move and massage your intestines. Your breath is actually supposed to help in your digestion. It's supposed to help with the health and well-being and quality of your intestines, of your organs as well. And another thing that's so beautiful about the belly breathing, the right breathing, is that when you're breathing like this in the belly, you can see it up and down. when it comes to that point where it's no longer forced, where that's just your normal state, that belly breathing is going to it's going to stimulate the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the nerve in the body that activates or deactivates fight, flight, freeze, or fawn responses. So by stimulating that nerve with your breathing, you're telling your body, we can relax, we're safe, nothing is going on, we can let go. And that's actually the baseline state of what your body should be in. The parasympathetic nervous system should be activated. And that's what happens when you stimulate the vagus nerve through your breathing. Activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxed nervous system, which is the nervous system that's in regenerate, digest, recuperate, and digest, the healing nervous system that calms your body, that elevates your body, that helps your body to become better. But that can't be activated if we're only breathing up here. It simply can't. Biologically, it does not work like that. And that's why our breath is actually our most important ally, our best friend to work with our bodies. Because you cannot hijack the nervous system. You cannot cheat the nervous system, no matter the amount of energy work and healing and meditation and journaling and bullcrap that you do. I love those things, by the way. That's all me. But you cannot bypass your nervous system. You cannot cheat your nervous system by doing anything like that. Working with your nervous system requires physical changes in your life. Also emotional, also mental, also energetical, but first and foremost, it requires physical changes. Because the way that we are breathing is something it's just a habit. If we don't pay attention to it, then it becomes just a habit. And eventually, how it is with all habits, it just happens without us even knowing. So we got to take the focus on our breathing, not to control it, not to say 1, 2, 3, in, hold, 1, 2, 3, out, hold, 1. No, that's not what we're talking about. You don't have to control your breathing at all. You just have to make sure that it's in and out. Sorry about that. Just have to make sure that it's in and out in your stomach and not only in your chest. Then everything else will fall into place when this becomes your new natural, when this becomes your new you. Because when it does that, and you manage to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, it's like these layers and layers and layers of armor just crumbles off and you can relax. All of a sudden your body can relax. Your body feels safe. And there's space for you to be, there's space for you to breathe, there's space for you to exist. but there's not space for you to exist if you don't work with this. So with that being said, all my love to you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.